should be going live right now. Guys, welcome back, YouTube. What are you guys saying? We are live on taking a trade on gold at the moment. You can see the profit marker over in the bottom left. We're looking to ride this trade up a little higher. We'll see just how much farther we actually get on this trade, but we're monitoring it. I'm gonna go through and I'll show you exactly where we got into the trade. It was not too long ago. Obviously you can see 1 minute chart not too long ago, but I took this while I was still in bed, just as I was getting out, and this is where we are now. So I'm just starting on my day. We're gonna let this trade keep doing its thing, and we'll follow up and see just how this price actually moves. So you can see that we're up. It's 100 USD at the moment. We're just floating up about 100 more. So we'll see that as price moves along and as price keeps advancing upwards, or if we'll just fall back down to the break-even mark. But let's get started on some other things. I'm probably just gonna take the risk, do the copyright strike, and or is there music that I can find no copyright? Is it gonna be good music? Alexa, connect to Bluetooth.
Switching. Now connected to 247's Mac Mini.
I wonder if there's a copyright on the older music. It's not really what I'm going for. I wonder how I can dodge that copyright thing. But yeah, we're in gold. We're trying to ride this trade up. I'll go into the details in a little bit. I just want to start my day. You feel me? So let's just keep getting this going. We'll see what we have on this. We have no target set, but I'll show you the entry, stuff like that in a moment. This song's not bad. I need a better piece of paper. This one is but yeah, if you guys are just joining, do make sure you join the Discord. Send your charts there and I'll take a look at the charts. We can review them and we can see what your trades are looking like, my trades are looking like, and I'll give you some tips on analysis, how we might be able to improve your trading. But there's a few different things I actually want to touch on for this, but let me just finish what I'm doing here. I need probably going to be on live for about an hour or so, but this, I'll break down this analysis after, but you're ultimately able to see, if you're familiar with the style, that how I trade. We have some very big liquidating factors here. The fact that we popped down, spent about 3 candles and then additional 3 candles down below that area before popping back up with this strong push. So from the strong push, I do expect a little bit of a consolidation come into the market, and just looking for us to move past the stage of consolidation back into a pushing range and look to profit on this. I have too much little stuff going on. I was live yesterday. I was showing you guys the trade. I believe I was live yesterday on this, or I was just live on TikTok. If you're not following me on one of the channels, you should tune into all the others, because I'll just pop up live, stream for like an hour, 2 hours, and then I'm back to life, you know. But Alexa, connect to Bluetooth.
Searching. You're already connected to 247's Mac Mini. To connect a different device, go to the Alexa app.
Gold is trailing up a little. We're currently up. You can see how many pips that is. What is that, 90 pips? Yeah, 90 pips. And that says 97, so probably just a little off there, but I'll fix that. I'm not too technical on what this looks like on the chart. As soon as I press the trade, what's most valuable to me is what the actual broker is receiving information as, like the actual trade I set, those, because this is just a display, honestly. But I wasn't sure how long I was gonna spend on live, so I'm just like, let me hop on, at least showcase this one trade that I took for today, if it's not gonna be any more. And move from there. We'll see what YouTube has to say about about this music. The last few lives I did, I got some copyright strikes. I don't really care for them though, to be honest. A strike. But worst comes to worst, we move to Rumble. Rumble has me more in mind. I have to also just plot out some higher levels for gold, see where our target can be. I don't plan to stay in this trade for necessarily too long. If you do want to still get into this trade, you can. It is still valid, especially after this consolidation that it's popping out of. Definitely a valid opportunity there. See, I'm not really fucking with this song. Okay, so I don't have a list to work off of today, but I have a general idea for the stuff I need to accomplish for today. Probably will start with a list. Speds. I was debating whether I should have started the morning with reading or just come on live, but There's a bunch of stuff I plan to get done for today, so let me double check some stuff. Bro, I think that dance is one of the hardest dances out. I ain't gonna lie. I think it's one of the hardest dances out. Okay, so let me not have that go like that. So, yeah, let's go into this trade. Let's break it down for a little. If you have any other charts, you can send the link in the chat. Okay, but let's show the exact entry here that we have for this. Start there. This is essentially how I start my morning. Coffee, spliff, normally some reading, and I take a bunch of notes and shit like that. But so yes, let's get into this real quick. I'm gonna send an alert. Just in case we try to pull those lows again, that structure low right here. Just in case we try to pull this again, I want to be notified. Depending on, you know, how much volatility is in that candle that would break through that level or whatever. Determine whether I should be closing it. Stuff like that. It's not bad. If I was actually doing it, it'd be like this. I think we're only a few minutes into the stream now. So yes, let me show you the Discord. So this was the trade when we sent it. This is the wrong pair. This is the wrong pair. But it doesn't matter. It says the correct information regardless. That we entered at 41.53.45, which, let's make this correct, 41.53.45 was it? This is the incorrect image. I'm gonna make note of that, fix that error. but you can see, yeah, so this is not even the right image, but this was yesterday's trade. So yesterday, I'm pretty sure it was live streaming yesterday, and we showed what the setup was for that trade. I'll actually go back to it now. We were on GJ. This was the setup that we were looking at. I do not recall what time frame we had on, but this is the setup that we're looking for. We're looking to get out on a rejection of that resistance. Remember, I told you that we could get a rejection on first level or the second level. Both of these levels do stand as key areas that we're looking for price to show some telltale signs from. First one was more of a false signal. Second one we tried to inch up towards, and then that's when a lot of the pressure before the end of the day came in, and we closed just down here. But this to me is still a key area for numerous reasons. We did the liquidity pull of this area, came down, made it act as support, as resistance a little, and then it came down and did the same thing from the start of the day, because this is the start of the day. So came through, pulled those lows again with a lot of volatility, and that's one of the main things that I have to say is important to look for. Volatility at key areas. Some people try to complain and tell me that the candles need to be green and red. Colors of the candles don't matter at all. What's important is where the price goes and what it does when it's there. Right? We want to be able to see the actual reactions of price at these levels. So we got out here. That's where our picture shows. Closed out about 13%. %, sorry about that. 9 hours. This was our entry, and we got out right up there. This was not the entry, that's the stop loss. The entry should be here. This is the entry, I'm pretty sure. And so I wish this was the correct picture, but it's not. So yeah, this is how this one ended up going. We ran into those supposed hard acting resistances, and then price came back down, did its liquidity pull of these areas, and shot right back up to the top. I would imagine the same thing is going to happen, but I would look for tomorrow's setup. Tomorrow around 12 a.m. EST, 12 o'clock, 1, 2, 3 a.m. 3 a.m. up until like 7 a.m. Cuz, what's up? What's up? Early morning. But yeah, the US dollar looks like it's at least dropping in comparison to the pound. So this, I would have to still go up. Look at all this price action we have here. We have a ton of price action, like I just said before. So that whole liquidity move is something we're gonna want to look for. Look for price to always do those stuff that are gonna hurt, because the market's looking to hunt you down and hurt you, right? So just keep these things in mind. Take the best moves. Just now, I'm live on YouTube too. But yeah, we'll set something up. So going on for the rest of today, there's a few more hours left in today. I'm looking for that liquidity to wipe out previous lows. Whether it's going to continue down like this. These are the key areas that I like to see to show me that price is likely going to continue on and go back up. But that's how yesterday's trade worked out. And gold, we're still just riding this. So even the 30 minutes looks nice. Even the 30 minutes look nice. Yeah, it can be done on the Apple laptop. It should be, but it works. It doesn't work as well. I'll say that. There might be a better way. I have to really look into it because I can't really believe that Apple is struggling so hard with like the platform that this runs on. You know, I can't imagine like that's real life. But Apple doesn't support a bunch of things. You know. Apple is more restricted, but Windows runs the program the best, and then Apple it's a little dodgy, but it works. It just might be slow and like, or maybe just I don't understand how to fully get it to work properly, but there's ways around that shit too. This guy said I hit the Trump dance. But yeah, we can see gold has me up 140. We just keep... We'll see what price has to do with this consolidation area. This is the high of when? Today is Wednesday. This is the high of today. At 4,173, so... We're gonna look to see if price can even come back up to its day high. Worst comes to worst, I'm gonna have my stop loss just above break even, so this trade will make a small amount. Yeah, so I fix that. We'll have this. I potentially see that worst comes to worst, we could come down and clear this area, maybe these areas, before trying to spew back up. But I wouldn't stay in it for that long. Yikes. Can't find what I'm looking for. But yeah, expect the consolidation period, and the consolidations generally last longer than the actual consolidation lasts longer than the actual pushes and pulls. Think of like the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule. Good way to put it. Yeah, I have to fix this thing because I don't know why it didn't send the right picture. But I'm not gonna lie, I understand the default picture. I'm up 93 points, 93 pips. Gonna figure out what I have to do for the rest of the day. I've got a few emails, stuff to do. Bro, this is not the music I want to play, but YouTube is I don't know how to dodge that thing, bro. Don't know how to dodge that. I need that girl from yesterday to come back. I have some questions I gotta ask. I wanna know. I'm not even gonna show this. I'll show this to you guys live in effect later. But this is the trade that we're in. Should we get beaten in another game of chess? What is GJ doing? New highs, new week highs. And look at that. If you've only been following the weekly candles the last 2 weeks, last 3 weeks, you'd be in profit. Every week would be generally a winner week as long as you're buying low, selling high. Gold is up. I mean, GJ's up. Telltale signs. The market is one of the best rage baiters, manipulators. The market knows what it's doing, knows what it's showing you when it's showing you some enticing moves. We're up 150. The thing that's good about American dollars is the fact that this money might be, when this money ends up being earned, it's going to be more than it is. Kinda. Not in real life, but when USD comes to Canada, it increases. Not the value, but the amount. We could at least get this to double. I see it possible, and it's only lunchtime right now, so there's still there's a few hours left in the day where this can still move. I'll target at least the day high. I would like new day highs. Where are our levels here? Gold looks like it's about to start peaking its recent highs, back to 4,400. Gold looks like it wants to go back to 4,400. Let me do this. Let me do this.
To move the mountains, but the seasons keep on going, and the rivers keep on flowing, and the wind keeps on blowing.
Let me do this.
And the spirit stays in motion, and the lyrics keep on flowing.
Let me do this.
Rhythm keeps on going. Yeah, ain't nobody else. Ain't nobody else.
Do I have to change it? I want to show you guys this because this I found hilarious. I burst out in laughter when I seen this. I burst out in laughter when I seen this. You know what? Let's raw dog it. Let's start it here. So, ooh. Look at this. Do you see this sale? Let me give you a clearer picture real quick. Let me give you a little clearer picture. Do you see this sale? 2 hours, two days left. Look at this sale. They increased the price on this. I thought it was the funniest thing. They have some other ones. They were displaying some other ones. But they've increased the price on this just to deduct it for the Black Friday sale. Kind of wild. Kind of wild. But look at this too. This whole thing, just do it like this. You know what? Hold on a second. Let me just log in so you can see this. Let me just log in so you can see this real quick. Automations. Gold is still just moving. Look at this. Let's see if I have it preloaded here. Oh, I get it. I get it. Okay, look at this shit. So, gold is still doing its thing, moving itself back to the top of the range. So, not a bad move, right? But what I was showing you was this. These guys increased the price just to decrease it for their sale. How crazy is that? We come to a place where it's known, it's expected that during these sale times, Christmas, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, these guys just ship all the price. Same thing. A lot of people use this program for back testing. I have the same thing that you can basically get done right here. Backtest, $9 a month, and it'll keep it ongoing. You can do just what TradingView does. Show here, shows a blank chart. You can choose what day you want to go to, and it would end up going there. Let me just show you. What are we on, the 1 hour? There you go. It is through. You can go through, next candle, go back, and place buys, place sells, however you want to do them. Show you the trades. That trade closed, set a buy, put a bigger stop loss on it. Let's go for 130 pips. Ends up setting them. Let's go one a bit more. $200, and then it gives you your risk to reward, so that's 1 for 2 obviously, and it tells you 0.10, it's going to be a risk of $63.95, and then the reward, you hit enter and it will go through and it will set them. So you can see that these are points away. Let's see, we can go through, ends up hitting a stop loss. We can actually go through, and yeah, our update is here. You can see we lost 3 trades, took 3 trades, win rate 0%, and yeah, you can go through, you can sell trades as well. And we can see what's open. So let's just change this to 500. This way we can just get big stops. You can see what they are. They look like that. And open trades tells you what it is, and as you take through, you show you up and down what number trade it is, sell position, stop loss, take profit, all these things. Back test continuously for a way cheaper price than you're getting on TradingView. And they're just gonna, I don't know. I use TradingView. If you don't use TradingView, then probably don't have the experience with it, but they be changing it around. So just download it to your MT4, your MT5, have it work for you. Do all the back testing you need, go back, go forward, and it'll do it. But regardless, we're still in this trade, and we're gonna let it do its thing. Oops. Easy to install, and it'll do its thing. I'd like to get some more. I would like to end up closing this trade while on stream. If I don't get into, then it'll just be like yesterday's where we have to have these areas defined. We already have the top of the week. I believe the top of the week. Weekly candle. This was just last candle. So looking for those highs to continue to get pierced. If it doesn't, then we can always exit. I would like to, at 3 o'clock for sure, so that's in, what, 3.5 hours, I'm looking for an exit. I want to try to get out by the end of the day, because there's obviously that 1 hour between 5 and 6 which the market is closed, and you know, I want to avoid the market opening with a gap or opening up with high spreads or higher volatility. I'd rather just secure myself, and getting out of the position is more security than using a stop loss. A stop loss with a gap is ineffective. So we're just gonna keep riding this trade, and I may come back on live for this trade, but it's gonna be on TikTok. So I will Be right back, but yeah, we're still in this trade. We have one 30-minute candle, which is a slightly bearish candle. I can expect a little more from it. There are a few levels if you just look at the candlesticks from the different time frames. The consolidation is often supported by a liquidity factor, a factor where there's high volatility, the low gets swept out or the high gets swept out, but it's an extreme. Those are the things I'm generally looking for. Confine price to a range, a high and a low box, and then you're waiting for the extreme to happen, for price to come in, sweep out those lows, have a bunch of people lose. A bunch of people lose is a thing that you should look for to get into the market. One, if you think hundreds of years ago when people were doing their own like trading on stock, like actual material stuff, the best time to be able to procure and get those things that you wish to buy is when a lot of people are selling them, obviously, right? And how do you have a bunch of people selling their stuff? They obviously don't want it. It's a bad idea to keep it. So, change of hands. These days, that idea is a little harder to see, I guess, because when you're trading, it is such an instant process of going from like buying an order to having it. You know, it's such an instant process, you may not completely realize that it's coming from someone, it's coming from somewhere. Someone is selling this to you. But in most cases these days, the broker is selling this to you. It doesn't have to come from another person in particular, but the broker who has their hands in everything is probably selling, like managing all the buys and sells in total, you know, but giving you one when you ultimately need it pretty quickly. What is this? Yeah, so I wonder if I should. I'm gonna get a next one going. I'm going to see if I can make a few adjustments on this. Like I said, I'm gonna get up by the end of the day, so depending on how long I stay on this, I may just end up closing this on stream. I want to close this on stream. Profits was a little hidden there. I think that's the same thing, no? Let's see if I can't get a fix on this in the meantime. But yeah, we're at a resistance area and price is consolidating. That's not the best sign, but this is not necessarily a sign that, like, you could leave if you want. But I'm already in at a good enough position where I can hold it and continue risking instead of taking another position in this area or anything like that. Can I get some other music? I'm not gonna lie. There's some music by... Let me see if I can find it, and then we'll test it to see if this gives a copyright strike. Pretty sure I just... had this guy somewhere. This might be on my other channel. Shut up. Let me test this out real quick. Where's this guy at? I may not be able to find this. I may not be able to find this. I think the name was like 66 something. Yeah, can't find it. Some of these songs are good, but I wouldn't be fucking with most of them. So this is moving along. I'm gonna still see if I can update this. I have some other shit to update. So be right back. Yeah, I'm gonna go through, try to edit some of these codes. I'm gonna have another one to go. And this is pretty much what I do every day. Normally, minus the streaming, I just have my to-do list. And we attack the to-do list every day. Update the to-do list about 2 to 3 times a day. But yeah, I haven't shown the gold is going up. We're at 220 right now. About up $100 from the last hour. A little more than that now. We just went up a little more. We'll see. Because what I would expect, unless there's enough momentum for price to just shoot straight up, which I would just see by just green candles, maybe one red candle, but predominantly just going straight up. Otherwise, like I said, we have these pushes. So we have the average high and low of this area. We can see some rocky stuff up and around these areas because the market is looking to take out orders and collect money so that it ultimately has enough energy to redistribute those profits. I'll figure out a little more on how that copyright strike thing, because I may be willing to just take the hits on the copyright strike. We'll see what happens. The most traditional thing that can happen now would just be a retest of the now support and maybe retesting some of those candle points as well, like this or this. Retest into these areas and look to continue. But still, like I said, best case would be straight up, displayed by multiple green candles. Can be one in there if that one candle's like damn near a doji, something like that. But yeah, and you gotta think as well, we have, so this is the area 1 which we're combating, right? We have area 2 which we have to assess this situation as well as price gets there. How do we deal with this level? Do we just consolidate? Do we just go straight up? Because you got to think about it. Yesterday, was this yesterday? Earlier today? Where's that day high? Oh, we got a little bit of way to go. Yeah, so same thing at all these levels. Every time price is going from low up to higher, we have to think about how price is reacting to its previous psychological areas. How did we deal with this area previously, and how might we deal with it now? Show. Gold is still going up. We're about up 100 in the last hour, something like that. Where are we at? Day highs? No, day high is what, $7 higher than where we are now? But we should make it back up. Obviously, you can see that there's a resistance in this area. So we must be a bit cautious as to how we are how price is handling this area. This mental friction, clearly it's been broken. You want to be aware of any fake outs, any situation where price might want to cause great harm to the most amount of people. This is the kind of shit that can't play, bro. It looks like this one artist or whatever just really went hard. Got a rejection. It's a 5-minute candle. We're a minute into this one. We'll see how the support gets treated. Yeah, we're almost done lunchtime. It's about to be 12. Much harsher. Oops. I don't see the second change to do. Brother, what are you talking about? Perfect. Perfect. How far are we gonna go? How far are we gonna go? These same trades that I'm taking, you could be taking as well. If you didn't see, or you just jumped here, the same trade was obviously taken. So we started this live stream, I don't know what time, but 9:36 I sent this. And something like that. We end up here. So I've got to send some emails. I'm not sure how much higher we're gonna go. I'm not sure how much higher we're gonna go at all. You know what I could try to do? I have a perfect idea. Can I not? What am I missing? I don't know, I guess I can. One thing about the market for sure is that you have to understand that this is a very... It's really doing its best to portray confusing, as the normal world is, as it portrays to be. You have to look at the details. What are the actual things that occur at certain periods of time? Instead of looking at what the story is that they portray and they tell us, look at what actually occurred. Price not doing too bad. Not doing too bad at all. If we could get something crazy, let's just get a good push up on this. Just some nice added volatility. Let me check something real quick. So today's the 26th. All this news occurred today. I don't normally look at the low news. Trying to figure out why the low news is still there. But this is what's coming up. 51 minutes. We got the rig count coming out, but this is low impact news. We'll see if that has any effect. This one is still coming out before the end of the day. This is coming out before the end of the day. Maybe like right at the end of the day. I'd already be out by the time this New Zealand news comes out. It's a trickling move. It's a very trickling move. We're probably at... Damn. I have to update my connections as well. Yeah, not sure if we're gonna get much volatility on this, but it's slowly trickling up. We're in a tough area for that matter. Like I pointed out before, we have resistance, area of conflict, area of conflict, area of conflict. We've already done this. So how are we gonna deal with this area? We just gotta wait and see ultimately. But if anything disrespectful were to happen, imagine the market just shot straight down right now. You must try to exit. It just doesn't go with the plan of everything. You should exit. So this is what I have now. And this is what it's gonna be. Can you see my latest email from Yeah, well after this is done, for sure logging off, I gave everyone my exit pointers as I did for the last live stream did. The exit pointers would just be looking for major rejections, especially if we get structural rejections. So if there's ever a lower low starting to form from these key areas, then yes, for sure, just exit, call it the loss, or like if you took a bad entry or something, or just close all positions. But there's no reason to go so in if the ultimate trend is changing. I don't know why I have to always friggin' do this authentication thing. Very windy day. Yeah, gold is just not highly active. It's not one of those days. 45 minutes to the next piece of news. I'm gonna try something. You guys are gonna see how it updates. But I'm going to move my stop loss placement with this, and we should get a little bit new information. Or we'll actually see what comes up. Bro, this is the same song. Yeah, so key, if you look swing high to swing low, we have some key areas that we could look for pullbacks or extreme pullbacks. 127, 161, 127, 161, and still have price go up. These areas that I marked off down here are the more volatile areas. Of course, volatility can come in anywhere, but these are the key areas that I look for where the market is generally at an extreme point and is likely to quickly shift. I need to You have to be mindful that these key areas are happening on all the different time frames, so do act accordingly. Brother. Fuck, this is a different country. I forgot about that. Gold has 10 minutes to do something, or I may just close it for the day. Gold is trickling. I'll give it 7 more minutes. I can probably pull up the friggin' I have screenshots of them, I think. Gold, what are you doing? Let me just go back to the email. What should I do? Should I just... Let's see if this works. Gold is not doing much, but we can understand we have some resistance up and in this area. What we don't have is enough volatility to just strike through at the moment. What the fuck?
How's that possible, my guy? Huh? Brother, what the fuck?
These, we need to figure out better songs to be able to play.
Bro, I don't understand this. I've never done this before. Bro, this doesn't make no sense to me.
It's probably because this shit's set in a different country.
If I want this shit to change, I'm gonna have to fucking go to a different country. I don't even know if this is gonna work.
Oops. Can't fucking log into my accounts. I think. Oh, it went offline.
Should come back online now.
Gold is up. It's Caillou music, my guy.
It says it can be reached. Okay, we're online. At least I know 100% we're online now.
Gold hasn't been doing anything impactful, but we're making steady steps up. I'll display this in a second. We're making steady steps up. Ideally, at some point in time, as the day ends, going into tomorrow, price is going to be likely to clear the supports there.
I don't know if this thing's even connected
To the internet, I don't think it is. Our profit thing isn't moving.
Holy motherfucking shit. I don't know if I'm gonna get this to work. These guys make this shit complicated as hell. Fuck, I'm looking at the wrong one.
gold is still not updated.
Bro, is this shit asking me for this bullshit again?
The code froze.
Or no, the shit's not signing me in yet. Okay, that worked. Okay, I'm about to close this shit off. I just want to get this up and going again.
That way we can see where we're at before this actually closes. You can see we valued up just a little. Guess it wants us to stay a little longer. Let's give it a few minutes. HP plans for thousands of layoffs. AI-driven infrastructure. A lot of people are about to lose their jobs. Within these next 5 years, it is so make or break. It is so make or break. There's going to come a time where it's going to be extremely hard to get a job. Extremely. And this is just going to put more independence on the government, or more dependence on the government. And a lot of people are going to have to rely on their AI or rely on their government to supply them with money. This is 100% the place that we're going to. These dollars today, more definitive in the future. It's crazy. Amazon, Walmart, they all plan to lay people off. Factories are laying people off. It's gonna be an not even industry-wide sweep. A bunch of industries are gonna get collapsed. Almost. But I'm gonna keep holding this. I said I was gonna update the stop just cause I want to see the little adjustment that I made real quick. See if I have to do more work on it. Should see it pop up there in a moment. I don't know why. Ever since I changed the location, there we go. So I was like, ever since I changed the location, the thing hasn't connected. So I was wondering, what about the location that I chose was blocking internet for the MT4? That doesn't make sense. Girl. Slowly trickling up. I'll show you where we are now. Ultimately, we just have these levels to deal with. 200.
Did we just get a message 7 minutes ago?
Price is not doing bad. Price is not doing bad at all.
I'm not gonna lie, the issue might be that location. I'm gonna switch the location back.
Bear with me. Having an identity crisis. My computer doesn't know what country it's from. Consolidation. How many minutes has it been now that we've just been in and around this area? It's probably been nearly like 2 hours now. Yeah, I could be on stream all day.
Just cause.
But I have other things to do. I have some emails to send out, some things to just lock in, and spend some time on those, you know?
Yeah, something about this location. This location is fucked. As long as if it's off, it's fine, to be honest.
Price is up another 10 from there.
If it's a no-go, then it's a no-go.
But we see where we're at. We're at 220.
Going to wait till this comes up.
Gotta wait to see how we deal with this, but this is generally not good time to enter the market. If you see classical structure like this, this is dying to break through, cause some losers, and continue back. But I'm just very mindful to see how price deals with each specific area. I don't think we're getting it, and it's 1 o'clock, so we will have to come back next stream and
See what profits we have then.
what, 4 seconds for a new candle. One o'clock, I feel like significant. Wait. This is so late. What the fuck? this needs to connect. I don't have it running here yet to show you guys, but the master gold is not doing too bad. But gold is pumping. There we go. So we're gonna call this just about the end of the stream. I'm gonna work on some other things, but oh, this is still connecting. I'll save my speech for after. Hold on. There we go. You can see the pips are on gold and what the dollar profit is. But I send these off into the Discord as you've seen, and I said I was going to update the stop loss. That way we can see what it shows a little. It is supposed to show the picture now.
So first we're going to drop the stop loss in there. See the message gets sent. Let me delete this, not needed. I want to show you the Discord as well. How can I show you that? Sorry, not the Discord. The actual setup at the time. Actually, I think you'll see the setup at the time right now. So this is what the setup was like. So risk swing low to swing high, and the indicator did this. The Fibonacci indicator, once again, which you're only going to get on the pipacademy.com. But we have the swing low to swing high measured, and then we came down to our entry area where the market, obviously I seen the entry opportunity to be taken, and so this was taken when I was up, and we're looking to push that up there. So you can see I just updated the code from the start of this, and this is the correct picture for the stop loss that I just put in. It shows that the risk is 4%, and I'll go through, I'll zoom out a bit so you can see what the rest of the numbers are. But this is ultimately that trade, and these are being sent here, like I said. Wait a second. Let me see that picture again. Price is in there. Price is in there, so. So we're gonna take this stop loss and cover 59 pips. Actually, I didn't even see one of these things. Beautiful. It now shows the amount of pips and stop loss. Something is wrong here. The amount of pips that it basically says, the decimal is supposed to be moved over one to the left. Points, because points and pips are different. So yeah, that's one little adjustment I'll make, but you can see the adjustment I added was the fact that it's going to send the right picture when it comes to gold and not the default picture. But the entry is in there. We have, this is the new update, we have about $6 covered on gold. Thought that was going to be lower, a little bit lower. I seen that we got back down to 220. But yeah, so we have about 11% covered on this, and we've been in this trade for 3 hours now, 3.5 hours. So I'm just good looking to let this run for the rest of the day. I have the position obviously covered at 59.40. So I'm willing to just let that run, and we'll see how towards the end of the day comes along. If it is more bullish, around 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. the end of the day, the last 2 hours of the day, the market does pick up in a little bit of volatility, just because you do have a lot of those day traders exiting the market, and a lot of people just wanting to exit by the day, solidify their wins or their losses. So there is that I'm just mindful of, and the fact that we're already in a resistance area. So stop loss is moved up here. We have a bit of profit covered. I think it showed we had 59 pips covered. Yeah, we have 59 pips covered, so great. And it's a win-win situation at this point. Yeah, win-win situation at this point. And the profit is continuing to go up. It's 1-1.